Hey, what's going on, guys? MintheQ7B here. Welcome back to another episode of NASCAR Thunder 2004. This is episode number 46 today for the All-Star Open. But we've won 4 races ever since the whole thing with the All-Star. I'm not sure why exactly we're in the Open of all things. I thought for sure we would be in the All-Star, like, period. That's kind of weird if you ask me. I don't know. I don't know how the, I know I think the original game you're able to be in the All-Star no matter what if you win a race. It's kind of weird how it just gets sent back to the Open. I'm not sure if version 1.25 of the mod doesn't have this issue or not, but I know 1.020, which is what the game's being played upon, like this whole career mode's being based on 1.20, and I'm not planning on upgrading it again anytime soon, because they would actually mess up the save, so I'd rather not do that, you know? In the last episode, we put on a performance that I really didn't expect. I'll just say this right now. Everyone's happy back at the shop. Everyone's happy in the team. Andy Petrie is very happy with our work. It's been doing quite well, actually. We do have some stuff to do, actually. I might actually plan on overhauling a chassis. We might overhaul this one, really, actually. Like, yeah, it's not much. Maybe not, actually. What does it say by repairing? It goes from okay. I mean, obviously we didn't lose much. It's a bit weird what I want to do, though. I mean, we can always wait till, like, another episode anyway, because, believe it or not, it doesn't really affect, like, the amount of time that the races get built for anything because of the All-Star race being such a thing in this game. Exhibition races don't count towards, like a race date. Like this, if we get through the All-Star race, this would still say 2 races left to go for the R&D, for instance. So let's go take a look at that point standings, huh? We're up to 16th now. We're actually past both of our teammates in one fell swoop in that race. Joe Nemechek and Kenny Wallace are still right behind us. So, and we are affiliated with RCR, so we got Mike Skinner also in 19th as well. So that's a little bit kind of funny how we're like kind of like the second best technically RCR car at the moment, but it's kind of weird, or in the way. Anyway, I'm proud of this team. Now, this could be, we're actually not even going to change the car actually, because we're going to be using the same car we ran at Richmond, because I mean we can take a look at the stats before we go. That's in our car. Oh, actually no, hold on. You can see the stuff's still pretty good. Like, besides that, albeit the drafting is like terrible, but why would you want to invest anything in drafting in this game? Or at least it's not the most important stat. It's unlike tire grip or engine power, you know what I'm saying? So anyway, let's go make the All-Star race.
We're in Charlotte, North Carolina at the Mecca of Motorsports, Lowe's Motor Speedway. The drivers are ready, the fans are ready, and MRN is ready to bring you live flag-to-flag coverage of all the action. This is an awesome facility, isn't it, Barney?
This track was the first one to focus on spectator comfort, and it shows. This place always draws an enormous crowd. Most of the team shops are located in this area, which give it that hometown feel. We're in for some great racing here at Lowe's.
Gentlemen, start your engines.
Well, this is fun. The All-Star Open is a qualifier. Only the winner will get to the All-Star. We're starting in last. How fun. 7 laps to get to the lead. Good luck with that. Alright, away we go. We gotta go to a whole worst of first challenge here. I mean, how many cars are in this race? A frig ton? Oh my gosh. I don't know if we're gonna be able to make it all the way up to the lead in 7 laps, but we should be at least, like, I guess, test how our Charlotte car is gonna feel. However, the tire wear on this race is astronomically absurd. You're gonna see the tires probably wear out in about 2 laps here. As yeah, I don't think we're gonna be able to make the All-Star race with the bad RNG that we got. Like, we're up to 31st after the first lap, but 3 seconds back, I don't see that happening. I just don't see that happening. Like, we got really bad RNG. If we had an opportunity to go down pit road and make a you know, one-stopper in the Open, maybe that would have been different. But I don't know why we couldn't qualify. That's kind of dumb, really. I know in Thunder 04 you got to qualify anyway in order to save your spot in the All-Star, but It's kind of dumb how we're even in the open to begin with. And there's no caution for that as our teammate, Joe Nemechek, kind of messed up the whole field there. And there goes our chances to make the All-Star, looks like here. Well, there's an accident that occurred. I have it on the back straightaway for some reason, but tires are shot, the white flag's out. We're probably not even going to do like another lap around here, but whatever. It's kind of dumb how we were in that position to begin with. We started last in the open. How much worse luck can you get? And it's Brett Bodine being Brett Bodine. Looks like off of turn two. So that wreck on the backstretch didn't count as a caution, but that spin did. It's kind of absurd to me that I never saw Kenny Walls in the All-Star race. So I'm not sure. Already open anyway. I wasn't sure if that was like him not being here. He won though. He won a race at Daytona. We won 4 of them. So Kenny Irwin Jr. transfers to the All-Star. Kyle Petty comes home short. I'm not even gonna go bother with this.
The drivers didn't spend much time behind that Pontiac pace car today.
Yeah, I don't feel like going through all that. Let's just go to the Coke 600. All right, let's just skip right to the qualifying for the Coke 600. I will say I was a little annoyed about the bad RNG that we got, or did we just start last every time? I don't know. I wasn't gonna redo and find out though, but it's kind of dumb how we didn't even make it to the All-Star race to begin with the 4 wins that we have. Like, what the hell, NASCAR? Don't matter. We actually need to do really well in this race at Charlotte, actually, because it's not a matter of the Jackpot 5, because we're actually not involved with the Jackpot 5 for this event. However, the next one's at Richmond, and we just won Richmond the last episode. We could potentially sweep Richmond races. We could. I thought I would go way too hard into turn 1 and 2. This is going to affect my lap quite a bit, but yeah, it's a big deal if we do really well at this race. It is a big deal. That way, if we win Richmond, we can win an extra $1 million. So it's very important to finish in the top 5 for this race, which I don't think it'll happen though here.
Okay, we can work with that.
Just under 30.5. We end up in 16th place. Yeah, it's not looking good. It's not looking good time-wise anyway. Maybe like one last adjustment or two we can make. I don't know what I want to make, if I want to make any adjustments at all. It is what it is. Let's just get on with the race.
Welcome everyone to Charlotte, North Carolina. It's time once again for the running of the Coca-Cola Racing Family 600 here at Lowe's Motor Speedway. And MRN is here to bring you all the action. This is an awesome facility, isn't it, Barney?
This track was the first one to focus on spectator comfort, and it shows. This place always draws an enormous crowd. Most of the team shops are located in this area, which give it that hometown feel. We're in for some great racing here at Lowe's.
Mike Skinner has not had much of a year so far on these speedway tracks.
Yeah, I really feel bad for those guys this season. They come to these tracks and work so hard, but they just never seem to get the car exactly right.
The 56 car has really focused in on his qualifying runs this year.
Man, is it paying off for those guys. Seems like each and every week that car is starting in the top 10.
Sterling Marlin sure has been consistent on these speedways this year.
Yeah, and I'm sure he's in for another great ride. Of course, what else is new? When we're at these tracks, he always seems to have a great race.
For the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Gentlemen, start your engines.
So this is an interesting front row lineup. Jeffrey Bodine gets himself a nice pole position there. Our teammate Joe Nemechek alongside. We're in row 8 on the outside line. We're already 11 minutes into the episode. Oh my lord, we're actually getting into this long ass race. I guess I'll try my best to make it under a half hour, like I normally do for all these videos. But you know, don't press your luck because we got a good race to talk about. Jimmy Johnson makes an appearance for the 3rd race in a row. It looks like he made his appearance at California, he made his appearance at Richmond, and now here. Well, technically, I guess 4 if you want to count the All-Star race or the Open, but we don't talk about that. We don't talk about the RNG bullshit that we had to put up with here. I mean, our goal is to finish in the top 5 so we can have a chance for the, whatchamacallit, but either way, we could still finish in the top 5 of Richmond and just do the Talladega Jackpot 5 and later on in the year. I mean, it's no big deal, really. We could still make a lot of money this season going into Season 3, so I got high hopes for that at least. Oh, we have a huge checkup right in front of us. I was thinking about making a 3-1 maneuver, but we're going to say no to that. We're making our way towards the front. We just passed the likes of Robert Presley and Jimmy Johnson. We've been holding off Sterling Marlin behind us. His teammate won the All-Star Open as we give Bobby Hamilton a bit of a rub. He's having a really decent run, I would say, so far at the start of this race. Robert Presley has been really underrated this whole year so far. He had a great race at Martinsville. Ended up finishing, I think, in the top 5 or whatever. As we get clipped by Sterling Marlin, we saved it. And he hits Dave Blaney, so that's going to allow Jimmy Johnson to go through. Yeah, we're still fighting alongside our man, the myth, the legend, Bobby Hamilton. Oh, as Jimmy Johnson eats the wall. I'm not sure what the heck happened there to the 7-time world champion. What am I thinking of? Formula One. The 7-time NASCAR champion in real life just goes eating in the front stretch wall. So that's really smart or not smart to him. But then again, he did go flat out face first in that car in real life at Watkins Glen in the year 2000 or so. So it kind of correlates. We've fallen back to 15th place a little bit. We had some of the faster guys that actually did pass us eventually, as we're trying to maybe think about sending our nose back down in there, but we thought the better of it. Yeah, unfortunately, there was a bit of a shunt earlier in the race. That's why some of the cars are not really caught up to us. It's not because of lack of pace. It's just because I cut that off. I was just trying to focus and just trying to limit my talking time here. But, of course, I picked the wrong time to turn back on the microphone, apparently. It's quite annoying, isn't it? We're going to go try to make a maneuver back on Dale Jarrett. He's looking a little bit weak, but being held up by the All-Star Open winner, Kenny Irwin. They're getting a little bit squirrely there as Jeff Burton trying to get a little squirrely, trying to get around Robert Presley. We're going to use Robert Presley as a bit of a pick here as we give Dale Jarrett a bit of a brotherly shove. Kenny Irwin Jr. wants to go along the inside, trying to make a move on Jeff Burton. Leader's on the front straightaway already. Not sure who that quite be, but what a maneuver by Dale Jarrett there. Just chopping our nose off completely without actually doing it. Well, that's actually incredible. We're just gonna try. Nah, we're not gonna go 3 wide here. Or wait, no, we won't be going 3 wide. But Robert Presley is losing the car a little bit. We're gonna get that spot. We're gonna get 1 spot back as we ruin Robert Presley's race. That's fine. That certainly won't come back to haunt us later on in the race at all. Now will it? As we're gonna try to keep holding off Dale Jarrett here. We're just gonna have to keep waiting for the actual pack to come up because they're coming. They're right there. We're gonna have to do the whole defense maneuvers again, and just try not to let as many cars as possible go by. All right. Well, the front tires are worn. My lap times have completely fallen off the pace. I think I am a little tight, to be honest. I know I put a little more downforce on this thing, like the front downforce anyway, just to try to help compensate that, but yeah, we're about to get passed again by Sterling Marlin here. We're going to try to not be that much of a dick this time. And Rusty Wallace, he's having a bad stretch the last 2 races for his standards anyway, as we let him go by as well. We did not do a very good job protecting the bottom, and now we got our man Johnny Benson behind us as well. Oh, we did tap the wall, but it wasn't enough for the right side to get yellow. So that's really safe for us anyway, but we might be catching some of these guys like some lap cars up ahead. I see Scott Pruitt up there. That's rather interesting. Kenny Irwin, he's having a really good race at Charlotte. I guess Charlotte's like one of his better tracks in his game, I'm guessing. So that's really nice to see there as Johnny Benson goes for the move down on the apron. That throws me off quite a bit as we got Bill Elliott and Jeff Gordon ready to pass us as well. Bill Elliott goes by. We get spooked by the Aaron's Dream Machine. And Jeff Gordon, for some reason, still sucks. For his standards, honestly. That's kind of weird. I guess that's like one of the bigger problems I have with the mod anyway, is Jeff Gordon is like underrated. I know I'm not a Jeff Gordon fan. I kind of like to see him back here, but it just doesn't seem right to me. That's all. It just doesn't seem right to have Jeff Gordon, like, especially starting in the back almost every single race. Like, I'm not sure. I mean, I don't know if that's fixed in the 1.25 version of the mod. I really don't want to find out because, again, if I were to switch to that, you know, there's no confirmation I can even keep my save without being corrupted. So let's not ruin the whole career mode with doing experiments like that as we let Wonder Boy go by. Thankfully, all tensions seem to be resolved, but goddamn, our pace has fallen off quite a lot. As we're about to get passed by John Andretti as well, we're going to try to defend against him. Kenny Wallace, unfortunately, has been falling quite down the order as well. I wonder how Joe Nemechek's doing. I'm not even going to comment on that one. Apparently, John Andretti's turned into Christian Fittipaldi for that moment. Hey, look, we got friends again in our mirror. So we got on lap 42. We're just basically holding on the likes of John Andretti and Dale Earnhardt Jr. We also got another, like, our fellow rookie 2000 Rookie of the Year winner, Matt Kenseth, behind us as well. We're about to get lapped. Oh my lord! The car never did that before. I must have overdriven that corner really badly in there as he blocked the top once again. we just kind of held up John Andretti once again. I might have to let him go at some point because I feel so bad for just doing stuff. We're coming down pit road on lap 50. Definitely for sure. We're not going to be able to go any further than that, I don't think, in terms of the tires. I think what I'm going to probably have to do is try my best to make this thing looser as we give no respect to Dale Jr. whatsoever. But Matt Kenseth, I mean, unfortunately, he just dummied us on the outside as we get our just desserts by hitting the outside wall on a straightaway. Because, you know, this channel, you should know this by now. It's all about talent. We have plenty of it. We're just talented enough. Oh my god. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I was like, see, talent. Don't worry about it. Those three wins are legit. Don't worry about it. Those 3 wins of the season, yeah, that's totally all talent. No luck whatsoever. Not anywhere near or just cheese of the gear ratio. Not, yeah, let's just leave it at that, yeah? All right, pit traffic be damned. We got to come on in. This car is done. It's done. All right, time to come on in. So we got more people coming down pit road, go down to 70. Almost up. Why did this get changed? Let's try to make these adjustments. Maybe that might help by going a little bit higher on the tire pressure to see if that helps. Well, with the compensating of also making the car a little bit looser as well. I mean, I guess at this point the goal is a top 25. It seems possible. Who knows? Really good stop, but we're being held on pit road for some reason. Oh, a lot of people are being held up. Tony Stewart got held up on pit road quite a bit there, as we're falling off a little bit anyway. So now we just try to get back to a good solid spot in the race. Let's just try to take advantage of the fresh tires while we can. Oh. That's another one that hits the front stretch wall. Ward Burton that time. Oh. I mean, I hit the front stretch wall too, but not like as embarrassing as that though anyway. We're kind of by ourselves, but our teammate is right in front of us, but that's not exactly for a spot. In fact, if I could just show you here real quick as I get out of this corner, you know, without sliding the tires. He's actually in 4th. Our RCR affiliated teammate, Dale Earnhardt, is leading the race by a good margin, what it looks like anyway, but Steve Park's running in 2nd. A really good race for the number 1 car as well. I don't know if he has enough pace to catch up to the 3 car or whatnot, but hey, great race for Steve Park. Honestly, he has shown some flashes in his career mode so far. Unfortunately, he just doesn't have a race win to go back it up or anything like that. Anyway, Steve Park deserved better, honestly, in his career. Unfortunately, those injuries kind of like succumbed him from being an absolute star in the Cup Series. Anyway, I feel like he could have been a lot better, you know. I will say this in all honesty, the car feels really good, but the problem is we're just, you know, not really fast. We're not really fast, as you can tell. We're just holding up these guys quite a bit. Ward and Robert Presley. We even got more lap cars to deal with, or lead lap cars, I should say, as we keep holding off Ward Burton and Robert Presley. Yeah, car feels pretty good. I really don't want to make any more adjustments. Like, I kind of wanted to be a little bit looser, which is fine. I think I made the right adjustments there, but it's just, again, we're just a little bit so slow. The damage also kind of hurts us a little bit there. As I heard somebody wiggling down the straightaway. Why and how? Yeah, car feels really good. I kind of wish I had this at the very start. Oh well, that's notes for a future race, I would say. And who knows? Our car is only going to get better as the season progresses anyway. Like, this season has been, I would say, a huge success so far. I mean, hey, 3 wins, one of them legitimately at Richmond by just kicking everyone to the fucking curb last episode, as we're on a nice lap now. Yeah, we're just figuring out things. We're like, that first season was kind of like a warm-up season. Second season, yeah, this is where we find our footing. Third season, I mean, it took us, I think, 3 or 4 seasons to, no, 4 seasons to win a championship at Thunder 04, I believe. And, yeah, season 3, I expect great big things as we let the bottom open for Presley. So there goes 1 spot there, but I really don't want to hold these two chaps up, or maybe even 3 because Labonte's also there. But Ward's thinking about the move. We're trying to fight hard on the outside, pushing the right front so hard. You can see the tire wear gap. Oh! Well, there goes that anyway. Not exactly what I want to see at this point in the race. Now our pace is going to be completely off now. I love how Scott Pruitt has a completely pristine car, and we're all mangled, yet we're passing him with not even close. It's not even close. Like, that's, I don't know if I should laugh or I should cry at the fact that Scott Pruitt is just so bad in this mod. It's honestly ridiculous. I can't catch those guys in front, or in that whole pack over there. DW is the next car a lap down. We're trying to hold off Jerry Nadeau for 26th. I think I see the race leader behind us. That's Dale Sr. We're going to let him go, obviously, to help his quest for the title. Anyways, we lost control of the car a little bit there, but we get it back, but we end up losing the spot to Jerry Nadeau. And here comes the Big E. Big E3 going inside. So yeah, we're about basically 20 laps to go at this point in the race, as we got lap 12 for the second time this race. I mean, at this point, top 30 is pretty much the most acceptable result that we can get at this point. We just completely killed our car by trying to race against somebody. I don't even remember who it was, to be honest, because my short-term memory is not so good at the moment. But yeah, not a great. I mean, we were due to have one of these like mediocre episodes after having like pretty decent races the last few times around. I think Dover's up next, so I definitely want to be ready for that. Yeah, this race has lost its way when it comes to having content to really talk about. We got Darrell Waltrip and I think that's Wally Dallenbach. He's running an alternate paint scheme this week. Yeah, that is the 75 car. It's kind of, like, again, unfortunately, you're going to have one of those episodes where it's going to be kind of lackluster. This is kind of one of them. We kind of got treated unfairly in the Open earlier in the episode, but at this, I don't think we would have done well in the All-Star race anyway because of how well our car has been kind of done anyway in this race. I mean, we're not completely, like, dead last, but even with a mangled up car, we're still doing pretty good. Like, we still get to have lap times in the 32-second bracket, I don't think, so, I mean, that's a positive, even with a junked-up car like this. There's really not that much to talk about, unfortunately, at this point in the race. Especially since I don't see anybody really, like, behind me for at least a little while, or anyone really in front of me that I'm going to be gaining on anyway, so... Oh, well, it's just what it is, I guess. I just want to point this out about something. Tony Stewart's in second, and he's right beside me now. And look how far away Dale Sr. is. Holy crap. Needless to say, just like how I curb stomped the field at Richmond the last episode, Earnhardt is just putting on his own curb stomping at one of the most prestigious races here in the Winston Cup. Again, there really hasn't been that much to talk about. I mean, besides, like, pointing out that Tony Stewart's, like, right there as we hit the wall again for, like, the second time. Thankfully, it didn't ruin our fuel cell. Oh, now finally we got into the 32-second bracket. Finally. On the nose. At this, yeah, I'm just waiting for this race to end at this point. There's literally going to be nothing more to talk about. Just want to let you know that now. Well, the race is over, and here comes friends now. There's Scary Terry, and there's Darrell Waltrip, and there's Rick Mast. Yeah. You guys are a little too late for the party, I'm afraid. That's all there is really to say. We come home in 27th place, and that's it. We're done. Mediocre race from us anyway. Earnhardt just put on an absolute clinic. Steve Park finishes third. That's nice to see. Wow.
There were only a few lead changes.
Yeah, there weren't too many battles up front for position. Those guys who ran in the top 5 were pretty dominant all race long.
We're out of time tonight. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time. Have a great night.
I mean, what else is there to say about this performance by Dale Earnhardt Sr.? Puts on an absolute curb stomp. I mean, why can't we see this more often out of you? I mean, you're kind of far, a little bit further down the standings than I would hope anyway. I mean, if you want to get your 8th title, you got to do more than just, more than this, Dale Sr., man. I mean, incredible stuff. I mean, take a bow, man. This who says this old man can't drive, huh? Speaking of not being able to drive, we ended up in 27th place today. A bit of a slump, I would say, compared to the last 2 episodes. So hopefully we will be able to get ourselves on our footing at Dover. An RCR affiliated car wins here today, so I guess that's good news for us. And it brings Dale Sr. a little bit closer to the championship anyway. I mean, this man's going for 8. Yeah, even Joe Moore said that race was completely uneventful. My God, Earnhardt Sr. Jesus, take a bow. Honestly, 2 lead changes. He leads 86 out of the 100 laps. My God, margin of victory just under 15 seconds. Earnhardt, take a chill pill. I understand, you haven't won a championship in a while, but take a chill pill, my guy. Stewart comes home 2nd, Steve Park 3rd, Rusty Wallace 4th, Jeff Burnett comes home 5th, Ricky Rudd comes home 6th, Labonte 7th, Johnny Benson 8th place. 7 cars ended up being on the lead lap, by the way. That's absolutely insane. Johnny Benson 8th, Sterling Marlin 9th, and Kenny Irwin Jr. I mean, a great episode for Kenny Irwin, I would say, because he won the All-Star Open, and he ended up finishing in the top 10 just behind his teammate Sterling Marlin. I mean, what a great episode for Mr. Kenny Irwin. Our teammate finishes 14th of Kenny Wallace. And as we keep scrolling through the whole downfield, wow, our other teammate must have DNF'd as well, but Mark Martin also... tell Slap Shoes to look away from that anyway. Well, at least I was right about Dover being up next. I mean, it is my home track. I am definitely excited for that anyway. Where does that finish put us in the standings? Well, we're still okay. We pulled away a little bit from Joe Nemechek anyway because his DNF. I don't think we're getting anywhere close to Matt Kenseth or any of these guys anytime soon. So that's a bit of a oh well there. Steve Park moves up to 8th in the standings. Really nice stuff to see. Earnhardt is still about a full race back, however. It's gonna be a lot for Earnhardt to get around these 3 in the championship anyway, because these 3 have been. I mean, the thing with Earnhardt is he can win races. Look, he's won 8 races in 2000 in the first season, but he wasn't a champion because Tony Stewart and friends were just uberly more consistent than Mr. 7-time right here. But that'll be the episode there. I mean, I kind of get it. It was kind of like blah compared to the other ones anyway. But if you do happen to somehow miraculously like this episode, please leave a like or even a comment. We could use more of those, actually. Or even consider subscribing. It's free, and no, it's actually $2.99 per membership. It's just how it is. You gotta make money somehow. I'm kidding. It's free. It's always free. Pressing that subscribe button. Anyway, we'll end up seeing it next time at Dover. And yeah, cheers for a home race coming up, folks.